Hello and welcome to Commodity Champions. I'm Manisha Gupta. For the first time ever, Amul fresh milk will be available outside of India. The Gujarat Cooperative Milk Marketing Federation is set to launch 4 variants of milk in the US markets in a week. The products mainly cater to the Indian diaspora, which is in plenty in US. Amul has tied up with Michigan Milk Producers Association to enter this market. This 108-year-old cooperative will be looking after milk collection and processing, while the GCMMF will do the marketing and branding. Jayen Mehta, Managing Director of Amul, reaffirms that the receipt of the products will be Amul's. He now joins us on the show. Mr. Mehta, hi, thank you so much for joining us and many congratulations on to this one as well. How are you looking at this tie-up with US? I mean, this is the first time ever that an Indian cooperative, Indian company in that sense, will be producing, procuring and branding it outside. How do you look at this one?
This is a new foray for us for the first time. We are launching fresh milk in the US. Amul has been exporting Amul butter, cheese, ghee, Shrikhand and all the dairy products to USA for the last 25 years and to more than 50 countries over the last 50 years. But this is the first time we realized that there's an opportunity for us to get into the fresh milk space in the US. And when I say fresh products, it means milk also. We are starting with our Indian recipe of Amul Gold with 6% fat, Amul Shakti, 4.5% fat, Taza 3% fat, and Slim and Trim, which is 2% fat. And soon, Amul Buttermilk, Amul Masti Dahi, Amul Paneer, and the range of fresh products will also follow. This is to deeply penetrate into the market with the fresh product range. And US, as you know, is the very big dairy market. And we have a large Indian and Asian diaspora. So that's why we identified MMPA, a Michigan-based 108-year-old dairy cooperative, which is among the top 10 dairy cooperatives in the US, to partner with us to manufacture this range of products at their dairy plant with the state-of-art technology, which we will start distribution in the entire East Coast as well as Midwest to almost around up to Texas markets.
Oh, that's an amazing thing to do, by the way. And as you mentioned, yes, US has a huge Asian and Indian diaspora, and Amul products is something that they absolutely look forward to. But I also want to understand, because one, you were exporting a lot of dairy products, and now you would be making it there itself. How is it going to be priced, and is it going to be on premium to what you export from India?
There are two ways to looking at it. A, it's a very competitive market, so I'm sure we're going to get the best price for milk there. B, we are selling a product which is actually not available or never ever been sold in the US market, which is a milk with 6% milk fat. So this is the Amul Gold pack, which with the same pack design product recipe that you have in India will be available there. So obviously this will be premium priced. So we are not looking at a price competition there. We are looking at creating a brand and deriving value out of the proposition we give in the products that we offer to our customers.
All right. We do see those cans that you just showed us, Mr. Mehta. And well, yes, 6% fat milk, perhaps not an availability in US right now. But I also want to understand that with US done, and as you mentioned, various regions is what you're looking at. So are you looking at beyond US? Are you also looking at various other countries where Amul would perhaps take the same model forward?
Yes, I can say that because the US is very important, and that's how we started into that market. There are a few other regions where we are actively pursuing such opportunities, and very soon, hopefully, we should be revealing their names and the status of the association.
All right, a big start there. But what is the kind of volumes that you are looking in US with this fresh milk? I mean, you did say that US is a major dairy consumer there, and there is a lot of Asian and Indian diaspora there. But what is the exact volumes that we're looking at in sense of per capita, weekly basis and per annum basis?
Typically, when we do market assessment, it's on per capita consumption basis. And US typically every household consumes 75 to 100 gallons. A year, which is 2 gallons per week. So it's pretty good consumption of milk and milk products, as you may call them. So I think to be fair enough, it's in the first quarter, we will just focus on expanding the distribution, making the product available at all the Indian grocery stores, the supermarket chains, or possibly also tying up with the mainstream, some of the chains which do sell large volumes of milk. And maybe after 3 months, I'll be able to come back with you with very realistic market estimates, not just for milk, but also for the other products like dahi, buttermilk, etc.
All right. Congratulations, Mr. Mehta. And that clearly is a big feat there. And as you said, in a week, we will see the launch of this. And the first quarter is what you're looking at in sense of producing it, marketing it, branding it. And then, of course, we'll have better sense of this market as you move forward from there. Well, that's about one. But the other thing is, let's talk about the Indian markets as well. How are the summer sales looking here? How are you looking at the India's ice cream market? Last year, we remember you telling us that the summer wasn't so great. Are you anticipating a bigger, better summer and a larger growth number?
The Indian ice cream market has been doing quite well. Last year, the season was a dampener for most of the players. But what happened in the subsequent months, we tried to cover up on what we could not gain in the season. And we will end up the year with more than 25% growth. So no complaints for the last year. But this year will be a bumper year for sure. Since last week of February, we have seen a very uptick in demand because of the summer setting in a bit early. And we hope that this will be a very good summer. And obviously, looking at 40-50% growth, what we were estimating actually last year should be a reality this year as well. Having said that, this comes on the backing of a very strong investment into manufacturing capacities. We have invested more than 1,000 crore rupees in capacity expansion. We have been the largest investor under the PLI scheme of the government and looking at almost doubling the capacities of ice cream by the end of this year. So almost now 25 plants manufacture ice cream, Amul ice cream. There are 6 new plants being commissioned this year. Very state-of-the-art facilities. The Honorable Prime Minister inaugurated the one at Varanasi last month. Similarly, one coming up at Bombay, which has been commissioned. One at Ujjain has been commissioned. And Kutch has been commissioned. Surinagar coming up soon. Amreli coming up soon. And we will have an expansion in the existing facilities as well. So, and then a very rapid expansion in distribution, going up to 5,000 population towns. And looking at every single market geography and segment very, very closely, including the premium ice cream segment, the ice lounges, ice cream parlors, vending carts, and so on and so forth. So ice cream is a very resource-intensive business, infrastructure-intensive business. We have looked at every single element in the supply chain, and we'll be building on it. And hopefully, the growth will be as much as all of us expect.
Okay, and ice cream is not the only thing, Mr. Mehta, that the summers do watch out for. You have various dairy products as well within your basket, whether it's about the cold milk beverages, chas, cold cocoa, coffees, and kadai doodh and thandai doodh, and there's a big packet there. What is it that you're looking for in sense of sales this time around?
Yes, Amul Cool, Amul Buttermilk, Amul Lassi, the beverages, it's a portfolio of more than 100 SKUs, including carbonated drinks, fruit juices, and so on. So it's a very robust portfolio. We have looked into every single segment in that space, from single country origin coffees to the kadai doodhs and all segments of the market. So there also we are expecting a bumper growth. Again, last year was a dampener for us and every player in the beverage industry. This year should be pretty good. And we also ramped up the capacities, created new plants, facilities for beverages as well. Dahi and buttermilk, the pouch ones, also see a very huge surge in demand, as much as 50-60%. The buttermilk, in fact, in pouch, which we converted into probiotic last year, we are expecting doubling up the volumes. So on the whole, the summer should be very good for the beverages, for the ice creams, for the dahi, for the buttermilk, and the entire range of product portfolio, which is dependent on the season.
Mr. Mehta, I remember last time I spoke to you, you were very bullish on the high protein products as well. Well, how is that segment doing? And of course, you told me last time that whether it's about the frozen foods or high proteins, whether it's about organic, bakery, all of those segments have done quite well. What are the numbers that you can share, the latest ones on these?
As we discussed earlier, there have been all these verticals which we are trying to build on. The organic space is doing very well. We are getting very good response and the business is quite good in that. The protein space also doing very well. And the range of products we want to introduce in that, we launched Amul High Protein Dahi after we spoke last time. And that's also doing very well. And we're now very soon launching high protein milk and a variety of high protein based products as well. The other space which we are into, the frozen potato based snack business. Also, a rapid expansion in capacity happening. We in fact increasing capacity 4 times, and that's also going to give us a good space in the ready to eat and ready to snack category of the market. Dairy business per se is doing very well. Expansion in capacity is happening all around. As I mentioned last time, out of the 33,000 crores MOUs done by the India Inc. at the World Food India, 11,500 is only from Amul, which shows our commitment to expanding the space of the dairy market in the country and growing at a rapid pace across categories. Almost a 55% increase in capacities of cheese have been commissioned, which means a new plant has come at Sabar, and we are also rapidly expanding the capacity in this space. Butter, milk powders, ghee, a variety of ghee that we have launched, including high aroma ghee, cow ghee. We recently also launched buffalo ghee. So not sparing any single opportunity to enter into the space. Mithai is another category where we are doing quite good, and we're selling a wide range of fresh mithais through multiple plants, and that's also giving us a good edge in the market. So overall, the portfolio is quite balanced. Amul Doodh Pita India, of course, is a story which is going strong and now spreading to US and now perhaps different parts of the world also. And the entire range of dairy products, be it the milk powders, the butter, the cheese, the mithais, the shrikands, the ice creams, and the rest of the stuff.
All right. And no conversation really gets done without we understanding on what is the pricing picture that we are going to look ahead. I mean, I do remember that it's been some time, almost last 8 to 10 months, correct me if I'm wrong, that we haven't seen a price rise when it comes to dairy as a product. What are we anticipating now for this year going forward?
Thanks for reminding this, because since February last year, so it's more than a year, there's been any increase in price of milk and milk products per se. As I mentioned last time, the pricing pressure was not there. The government supported by putting an export ban on one of the major cattle feed ingredients, DORB, which stabilized the prices, increased the availability, and the good monsoon last year also helped a lot. So as of now, we're not seeing much of a pricing pressure. We have good inventories of milk and milk powders for tiding over the season and getting the growth that we are expecting. So keeping the fingers crossed, but as I mentioned earlier, the pressure which was there a year before last is not there in the last 1 year.
All right, Mr. Mehta, thank you so much for joining us, and thank you for talking exclusively to CNBC TV18. So various headlines from therein, from launching into US, increasing capacity in ice creams, and increasing capacity when it comes to cheese and ghee and frozen snack and ready-to-eat facilities. There's various things that Amul really seems to be doing. And of course, add to that the fact that the summer sales do look good, because the summer onset is this time around has been early, and we already have seen those sales start to pick up. But with that, we're heading to a short break. But coming up, ice cream sales have picked up as summer has had an early start. We will also speak to HOCO's Managing Director Ankit Chona exactly on this when we return.